Hey yo, welcome back to 10-5 Plays. It's your boy 10-5 back with this video. The time could be here. The time for the Nintendo Switch Pro, aka the Super Nintendo Switch, as I'ma call it. You know what I'm saying? Will we get this direct or video or announcement on Thursday or not? I don't know, but let's talk about it. As far as rumors are concerned, if there was a Nintendo Switch Pro on the horizon, what does it really need for consumers? What's gonna make the people who don't have a Nintendo Switch now, who play games, look at this and go, you know what? It's time to jump to the Nintendo Switch. Let's get into it. The graphics will probably play a part in it, you know, or at least, you know, you don't have to look realistic, but just don't look like bad, I guess. Not that the Switch looks bad at all. And I think when games come out on the Switch, the first thing you'll get is 800,000 Switch comparison videos, and then when you see that stacked up against a PC or a PS5 or whatever, people are like, ugh, I'm not gonna play that. But when you actually do, you know, get the game and play it, it's fine, it's great, it's a great time. If Doom Eternal on the Switch looked more like a base PS4 version of Doom Eternal, it would be better at swaying those people to get the system. One thing that I request from this system, better vents. The Switch has a problem, and I've seen it on a lot of people's Switches. I remember some dude on Twitter or YouTube, one of these guys was like, hey, do me a favor and look at your Nintendo Switch vent. Is it chipped? And I was like, I've never even dropped my Switch. I've never even handled my Switch like rough. I wasn't even bothered, but I looked at it and I was like, whoa, my Nintendo Switch vent is destroyed. So now it kind of makes my Switch look cheap. Like it looks like, oh, you look like you need a new Switch. Like, no, it's fine. Like, it's not even age. I had the Switch like 6 months by that time, and it was a little bit crazy. If it's gonna be a pro Switch, make everything pro. Also, you know, something built in so that you can use your Bluetooth headphones, you know, as headphones and a microphone. I did a video on the Skull & Co. Bluetooth adapter for that, and it's fantastic. If that just was part of the Switch system, it would improve Nintendo Switch Online and online games. Also, when it comes to its performance and graphics or whatever, not so much how, this isn't so much about how it looks, but what you're able to play. You know, when games come out and you see they're on PS4 or whatever, it works on a base PS4. I have a base PS4. I be playing all these new games. You know what I'm saying? When it's on a base PS4 and you see, you're like, ooh, that's not coming to Switch. Kill that. You know, when they announce a new Resident Evil game and it's coming to PS4, I would love to be able to see coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch. You know what I mean? If the Switch was able to run Resident Evil 7 or even Village without looking like clay, and it was an actual good performance, if it was at least on par with a base PS4 to run those games, I think people would be more interested in the Switch. These are big franchises that stick out. Games like Resident Evil, the Batman games, you know, stuff like that. Those are like AAA games that a lot of people look forward to. Grand Theft Auto, you know what I mean? I think when people look to the future and they think about the games that they want to play from like, that could come out from these big companies, they're writing off the Switch, so they're gonna just write off the whole system. If you can confidently be like, you know what, these big third-party games that, you know, everyone loves, that are a big part of gaming in general, if I know that's gonna come to the Switch and I don't really gotta worry about it, I'm probably gonna pick it up. You know, I'll probably pick up a Switch because it's not like I have to choose one or the other. You know what I mean? So there you go. And speaking of online, that's something that needs to change too. Because a Switch Pro can't just be about a hardware thing. You're not just selling people on the hardware, you have to sell them on the experience of the Switch. That is what the people that have not gotten one yet, that are gamers, are probably looking for. The Switch experience needs to be a pro experience. Make the online experience at least on par with the other systems. I feel like some of these Nintendo systems in the past had great online systems. It was like a community and all that type of stuff. And here it's just, you know, you can see what each other's playing, and that's pretty much the only function I use it for, to be honest, because you can't talk to nobody. And I feel like those type of features are big in a lot of third-party games. Look at GTA 5. You don't think they could get GTA 5 on the Switch? They put GTA 5 on anything. GTA 5 is still one of the top-selling games every month. That's insane, and it's a largely in part to Grand Theft Auto Online. There are people who haven't even played the story mode at all. It's just online. You know what I mean? And people always bring up, oh, GTA 5 online, GTA 5 on the Switch, whatever. It's to the point where even I'm annoyed hearing about it. Like, bruh, it's not coming. Whatever. You know, you can't just plug headphones into your controller that comes with the system or the Pro controller at all. You have to plug it into the system from across the room and hope for the best, or play it in handheld mode. People don't want to do that, bruh. And then on top of that, the chat feature is non-existent. You know, GTA 5 is a community. It's an online community, and you can't have that online community the way it's built on the Nintendo Switch. And I think if they fix that, then those types of games will start showing up more because they'll see the profit there. It would also be nice if they introduced Joycons with adaptive triggers. Maybe some better control sticks too. You know, I think if they pulled an Apple with these, kind of like they did with the new iMacs, and they just had colors for like the actual body of the system too, that would help. I think it would be eye-popping. It would be in the news. It would be everywhere. It would get people talking. Oh, look at this. Oh, I have this color. You know, I think that would be great. If they announced the new Nintendo Switch and we have this Zelda version of it coming out, blah, blah, blah. There you go. I think that would be awesome too. The rumors are suggesting that it's going to be able to run 4K 60 frames per second. If it can do that, if it does that, boom, I think they're going to see some really strong sales. But the thing is, even with the regular Switch, it's like, oh, well, it's 1080p and it can do 30 frames per second. But then you get a lot of games that don't do that. If it did 1080p and 60 frames per second, and it was a solid 60 frames per second, if the frame rate was stable, there you go. People would love that too. You know, you don't want people seeing, oh, well, the Nintendo Switch version of this game runs at 540p and the frame rate dips down to 20. Then you're like, whoa, I don't want to play that, because you're thinking it's going to hinder your gaming experience. If the consumers that don't have the system don't think that their experience will be hindered by this system's performance, they're going to buy more. Basically, improving not only the Switch, but like I said, the entire experience will be a selling point. You know, there's a lot of these features that, you know, could go to a successor, and I feel like they will, but I also feel like these are modern day solutions that probably should have been in the original Switch. You know, at least when it comes to like online and, you know, that type of stuff. But they did an amazing thing building this hybrid console at a price that we can afford, and we can play some fantastic games on them. There are a lot of AAA games on the Switch, you know what I mean? And I think that just because some of the top dogs aren't on there, that it gets overlooked, that it does have a great catalog of games to check out. So if people feel like they're getting a modern piece of gaming hardware that is also a hybrid system, there's no way it's gonna fail. All right, that's all I got. This is Wednesday night. The rumors are that they're going to reveal this thing on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So we'll see if it happens. I don't know. I'm here like the rest of y'all, so I'm gonna catch you on the next one, all right? Peace.